Welcome to fall semester. I'm going to give you a brief overview of how to access SAM. There are two basic ways to access SAM. One is to click on the SAM link on the left-hand side, and this will take you to the general SAM course that your instructor has set up for you. Another way is to click through and go to the weekly tasks, which might be a better way for you to keep track of everything that is due. You can see these are all of the things that are due for week 2. So there are trainings, there are exams, and there are what we call textbook projects. And those are the three main assignments that you'll be completing in SAM. So the first one I'm going to access would be the training right here. And it says click to launch, so that's pretty self-explanatory. We'll go ahead and click to launch that. If you are prompted with this screen that you're leaving the Blackboard system, you can just click launch, and thank you for sharing. The next screen that comes up is the payment screen, and this screen will come up until you have successfully entered the access code that you purchased from the bookstore. Now you do have a grace period until September 16th, so you are free to use that until that time, but this screen will come up every time until you enter that access code, which would be this option right here. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and use the free access. So when you click continue, it launches you into the training where you're given some very brief instructions. And when you click the start, it will launch the training in a new window. Now, if it does not launch in a new window, then your pop-up blocker is on and you need to enable pop-ups. Okay, so this will just walk you through the World Wide Web. I have the volume turned down so you can't hear it, but there will be somebody speaking to you here. Then you can do some observation and it will give you some more explanation. This is just going through the concepts, and then you can have the opportunity to apply your knowledge, and it will tell you, oh, if you get things right and when you get things wrong. So this is very handy. Again, this is a training for you. I highly recommend that you complete the training before you do the exam. I'm going to go ahead and exit and close out of this training, and that will take me back to Blackboard. So the next one is an exam. Again, I would do the training before the exam, which is why it's listed in this order, because the exam doesn't give you any hints or any training. You will have gotten that, obviously, in the training. So I'll go ahead and click to launch here. Once I do that, it will give me the details of the exam, what my time limit is, if I can retake it, and so on and so forth. When I click the start, this again will obviously launch my exam where I start taking it. And you can tell that there's a countdown timer, so I know how much time I have, and I will just take the exam like so. You can go on to the next question and so on. Sometimes they're drag and drop, sometimes they are matching. So that's how you do that, and then you would again go on to the next question. When you're done, you will submit it at the very end. You can also show the list of tasks, and you can move around if you feel that you want to answer some questions before the other. Just make sure and complete all of the questions in the exam. And the last assignment is, as I mentioned, a project. Projects are a little bit different because they are done in the actual application itself, whether it be Word, Excel, Access, or PowerPoint. So these will be just a little bit different. Again, you'll get some very brief instructions on the project itself. And when you launch it, there are 3 basic components. One is to download the instructions. The other is to download the start file, which is what you'll be working on. When you've completed the file, then you will upload it here. So I'm going to come down here and I will upload the instructions. These are the instructions for this particular project. You can see it says getting started, download this file, which is what I just talked about. You'll need to rename it. Instead of it being a 1, it will be a 2, and then you'll look down at the project steps here and you will see all of the things that you need to do. In this case, this project has 20 steps, and if you look down at the very bottom, you will see what your completed project will look like. I have also downloaded the start file, which looks like this, and your mission is to make it look like this, following all of these 20 steps. Once you have done that, then again, you will submit it over here into this file. Okay, and I'm going to close this down so we can return to Blackboard. and you will complete all of these tasks over here. Now, to get the results of the project that you submitted, it's very neat. You will come back to the SAM and go back to the main course link, which I talked about at the beginning of this video, and you will click on the reports, which is at the top, and it will show you your project. I haven't completed a project yet, but it will show you your project. It will give you a report as well as a study guide. So if there are steps that you've missed with the project, the study guide will launch you back to the training so that you can start to understand what it is that is required in that step of the project. Okay, last thing, when you are in Blackboard, should you have any issues with SAM, any questions about it, then you will need to enter a tech support ticket, which is right here. That goes to our technical support folks, which is very handy because your professor is not tech support, but we have people standing by ready to help you. So that's it. Have a great semester.